I did a story a couple of days ago about Dexter Wade and the family being upset because he was struck by a police car and buried without their knowledge. Well, this story popped up again because apparently the family made arrangements with a funeral director for his body to be exhumed from the unmarked grave in Pottersfield. And they dug up the body before the family got there. So I don't know what they're trying to hide. They dug him up. When the family got there, they had made arrangements with the family to dig him up at a certain time and the family would be there. Well, they did it before the family got there. The mother is pissed off. The mother is suing. She pretty much said her baby was violated twice. So the Mississippi mom is heartbroken and angry that her son's body was exhumed without her being there. She said the county reneged on an agreed time. So the way the family feels is that they have been disrespected by the Jackson Police Department and as well as the local Mississippi officials. But this latest update, they say, is enough for them to take pause on what's happening with their family. Enough to make a person ask for a 5 minutes in the ring. In other words, enough is enough. So Bossip, the news outlet, reported on this story. So this is just a quick recap. For those who are not acquainted with the story, Dexter Wade was killed by a Mississippi off-duty police officer while he was crossing the highway in Jackson, Mississippi, despite giving little to no effort to contact the next of kin. The police department gave the okay for the coroner's office to bury him after the coroner requested that he be buried. So they gave the okay and they buried him in Pottersfield. They buried him in a field where unidentified persons are buried unceremoniously and laid him to rest. So his mama didn't know, no family member knew. They had no type of vigil or memorial for him, not even a funeral, of course, because nobody knew he was dead and buried. And so when they found out he was dead and buried months after, they made arrangements for the funeral director to dig his body up, release it to the family, and there was supposed to be a scheduled time and day. But when the family got there, they had already dug him up. So the family's pissed off that twice his body was violated without any family member being present. So now the mother wants a federal investigation because she says this is a big cover-up. She don't know why this is happening. The family also want an independent autopsy because they're puzzled why this cover-up on this body. Did something else happen to this man? So it was reported that Dexter's mother agreed to meet with the Hinds County officials to exhume her son's remains so that he can have a funeral and a proper, respectful burial. Miss Wade agreed to meet at Popper's Field at the county's Penal Farm on Monday, November the 13th at 11:30 a.m. to witness the exhumation of the body and also have a little service. So she discovered that Dexter's body, his remains, had already been exhumed by the public works employees. And so when she got there to do her ceremony with her minister, all that had happened is that his body had been packaged and placed in the back of a Chevy Suburban. So now the mother is really pissed off. She didn't get to see her son buried or arrange for his burial, and now she didn't get to be there for the exhumation with her minister to put a blessing on the body before they have the official ceremony of the funeral. So the mother, Better Stan, put out a statement and she said, it makes me feel like I don't exist. And as a matter of fact, that I'm not even the mother. It doesn't matter to them. They act like that's their child and they're really the ones who decide what happened to him. I don't have any rights or say so. And that's how the mother is feeling. What a horrible feeling. But that's the position they have put this poor woman through and the family. So now there's a lot of suspicion around this case. A lot of people are saying they better check for the remains of his organs or the organs intact. Check for bullet wounds. A lot of people are very suspicious that this death may not be what they say, because how can they miscommunicate to the family twice? The first time, they did not make the call. There was a miscommunication between the police department and the coroner's office. Both had the information on Dexter's family to contact them. Neither one of them did. They said they tried, but they were not able to contact the family. They could have rode by the house and let the mother know. It's not uncommon for the police department to come by a person's home if they cannot contact them by phone to let them know about a death. The first miscommunication was it was bad. But the second time around, they had a concrete date and time to exhume the body. And yet, they exhumed the body without the mother being there. And the agreement was that the mother would be there. What is it about this body that they're trying to hide? That's what I want to know. But now the body is in the possession of the family. I'm wondering if they're going to go ahead with the independent autopsy to see what is really up with his body. So David Archie, a member of the County Board of Supervisors, said that he asked the County Public Works Department for an explanation and was told that there had been a mix-up in time on when the body was going to be exhumed. But I would think if there was a mix-up, they were not clear on the time stamp on when the body was going to be exhumed. They could have called the mother. They had her number. They made arrangements for her to be there at a certain time and date. And if they were confused and didn't have it down in their notes quite right, they could have called the mother for an explanation, clarification on the time that they were going to be there. So Mr. Archie said that's how it was explained to him, that they were not sure about the time that the family were going to be there. So they just exhumed the body earlier. They got there earlier. They exhumed it earlier. I guess they weren't going to wait for anybody to come. A little backstory here, guys. The mom's brother was killed by a cop a couple of years ago. The cop went to jail for manslaughter. The cop is currently appealing that case. So now I'm wondering if the death of Dexter was really retaliation for that case. And I really think they should really do an independent autopsy, if they haven't done so as yet, to see exactly what went on with his body. Was he tortured? Was he shot? Was his body maimed in any way? Check for gunshots. And it just is not sitting right. Not only with the family, but also with me. Something is up. Something in cleaning the buttermilk honey. Something smells, and it smells kind of fishy. Just looks like if they exhumed the body early before the family got there and clean up whatever evidence that was there. That's what it seems like to me. Because they were supposed to, at 11:30, exhume the body, transfer the remains into the car or vehicle that the family had out there, or was supposed to have, with, I think the mother had a preacher out there as well as other family members. But when they got there, the body had already been exhumed and wrapped and prepared to be transferred into their vehicle. So something seems fishy, that they wanted to get to the body without anybody being present to clean up whatever was there. Was there a bullet wound, fragments? What was there that they had to clean up? That's what I'm wondering. And of course, this is all alleged, because I don't know if foul play was involved other than an accidental death. Well, it's a stretch. It's all alleged, but it's a conspiracy theory that a lot of people would like to know. What really happened to Dexter Wade? Was he really struck by a police cop? Or was other foul play in play here? Hit the like bell as you come onto the page, and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Here is 3 on Your Side reporting on the story.
Now to that story we brought you as breaking news earlier. A Jackson mother left in the dark for months about her son's death is suffering even more today in what was supposed to be the first steps of her finding peace. 3 on Your Side's Nathan Lee joins us now after another emotional day for that family.
Yeah, first we told you back in October about Dexter Wade's dismay to learn about her son had been accidentally killed and buried without her even knowing or being notified. Today she suffered even more grief after she found out Dexter's body was exhumed from the Pauper Cemetery without her present. Dexter Wade arrived at the Hinds County Penal Farm on Monday with hopes to watch her son, Dexter Wade, be exhumed at 11:30 in the morning. She would soon find out that was not the case, as Dexter's body had already been around 8 in the morning. In a letter attorney Dennis Sweet received from the Hinds County Board Attorney, it states that the exhumation was supposed to take place at 11:30 and that it is procedure of the coroner to exhume the body from the burial site in the presence of representatives of the Hinds County Sheriff's Department, Coroner's Office, and the funeral home that will receive the body. Attorneys Ben Crump and Dennis Sweet say the coroner and funeral home were not there when the body was moved.
Imagine if this was your loved one, who they killed and then buried without your permission, and then exhumed them after they told you they were going to respect you this time. Imagine if this were you. Would you trust anybody in Mississippi now?
After Monday's incident, Dexter Wade's mother, Betterston, says she is still far from peace.
It's still no peace, because I don't know what happened to him. It's still no peace. But he's going to be peaceful in a proper grave.
Yes, ma'am.
It was possible that somebody made it for me to put him in a proper grave.
Meanwhile, the Jackson Police Department announces changes in their policy. Previously, they did not have a death notification policy in the past. Today, that all changed.
You would think that we will have a death notification policy, but we do not. We do not. But we will as of today. We understand what the state statute says about the coroner and notifications. But we want to make sure that we are giving the best police service to our citizens. So we have a death notification policy that is signed as of today, and we'll roll out today.
Crump says this is only the beginning of finding out the truth. Wade says they will bury her son next Monday with help from Campaign Zero, a national social justice organization that is paying for the expenses. Nathan Lee, 3 on Your Side.
So that is the latest update on Mr. Wade's case. Buried without the family even knowing, and now exhumed without the family even being present, although it was arranged for them to be there. And I'm sure this is going all the way to the Justice Department. Drop your comments, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.